So we're outside our Verbo again, and we got some friends living in our backyard, so we have some pets apparently. So we have an iguana family, and so you can see there's a male and a female out right now, and there's another younger female below there. So the males have like the spines in the back of their neck, and then the females don't have the spines in the back. So you can see, I'm gonna let them have their space, but you can see the whole family here. They dig out those poles and they're like basking in the sun right now. It's funny, they're kind of looking right at our Verbo, but it's really cool to see these, you know, iguanas out in the wild, especially kind of like by their home. And then the tails is where their tails get fatter, meaning they're healthy, because that's where they store all their fat, and that's where their energy comes from. And so like all lizards, if they could sometimes lose their tail, they can regenerate them. But I'm just gonna let them have their space. But it's really cool to see them kind of like out doing their thing, and they're pretty comfortable because you know why? They get fed by the humans. Then people have been dropping food off of them. That's pretty cool. So we're gonna go down. You know, the tide's kind of like in between right now, so we're gonna see if we could see anything kind of cool, you know, towards the kind of the front of the beach. So you can see some of the waves are being broken up by the rocks, and I want to see if there's anything cool kind of like just swimming around in these rock formations. You know, maybe there might not be anything at all, but we'll go down here. Usually in the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean, you see a lot of jellyfish, and we haven't seen any jellyfish whatsoever at all. So it's weird. There's like literally nothing at all, which is crazy because there's so much vegetation here. So we'll go down this way a little bit. So we'll go past the iguana rock, see if we can see anything. There was nothing over in that section. Come over here. So we got some good rocks, which can make like all these little cool little channels. You can see all the vegetation, and you would think you would see some stuff, especially in these like little shallow areas, like little tiny fish. Nothing. All right, we'll work our way down and see what else we can find. Here's a cool little protected area right here. And so like in between these rocks right here, if this was water, that's where the eels like to hide, right in those areas. You can see a massive crab leg right there. I mean, look at this. Actually, you know what, I think that's from a lobster. It still stinks. The crazy thing is I'm not trying to go in the water because I don't want to get like rocks in my shoes, because it makes it a lot harder to walk. Nothing over here. We're gonna go past the iguanas, so hopefully the iguanas don't get us. So I'm gonna show you something right now. When you walk on the rocks, it is very careful to be really aware of your surroundings. So I never walk when the wave comes in. But you see all these little black things? Every one of those black things is sea urchins. And they are very spiky, and they will be very painful if you walk on them. So I always keep an eye on where the urchins are, because they're really easy to see. They're really just, you look for anything that's black in the water, and that's gonna be an urchin. Granted, the urchins usually try to hide like little holes, so You wouldn't like just blatantly step on one of them, but you gotta watch out for the urchins because they will be a lot of pain. So right here we have a great ecosystem, a lot of urchins, a lot of seaweed, not many fish right here. Look at this cool little cavern underneath. What I was hopefully trying to look for was a starfish. I would love to find the starfish, but so far the only thing I've really seen is urchin and other animals. So right here in these rocks, look at that little cavern back there. It's so cool. No starfish to see, just rocks and urchin. So here are some of the bigger urchin I've seen. And it looks like there's like kind of like a sea anemone right there too. So I'm not gonna touch it, but there goes a big urchin against the rock. A lot of bigger urchins. So definitely some, you know, a nagi right there. And you can see their spines kind of moving. So right there, the urchin. And their spines are moving a little bit. Lots of urchins right there. We're not gonna touch any of them. Some of them have like, there goes a sea snail. Yeah, I was always curious of what was by this rock. It'd be awesome to see a pencil urchin, one I could pick up. But yeah, those ones are pretty solid in there. Yeah, so they're like solidly in there, and their spines, that's what will get you. Definitely don't want to touch one of those.